Please like and subscribe.
Good morning, Taurus. Welcome to your reading. This reading is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising, or wherever Taurus is in your birth chart, whatever house Taurus corresponds to in your birth chart. If you resonate with this reading, this could be the medicine from your mystery. Alrighty, Taurus. I just want to say thank you guys for all the donations and the super thanks the channel has been receiving. It is a huge blessing to the channel. I am so grateful that my contract with the Great Spirit is being honored and received by the collective. It makes me very happy. It brings joy into my heart, and it's my own raison d'etre. So thank you guys so very, very much. So Taurus, I just want to say I could be picking up on your energy, Taurus. The cards are speaking. I could be picking up on your energy, or I could be picking up on the energy of somebody who's in your morphic field, who's in your life, okay? So please switch the energies around as you see fit, as they fit into your life. All right. There are no dates on my readings, Taurus. If you resonate with them when you click on them, they are yours. It is yours. And I want to say before we begin that I want to commend you on the work you have done on yourself that brings you into the higher dimensions of tarot. Tarot is not for everyone, just like the spiritual path, just like Buddhism, which is very much like tarot. Buddhism will reflect facets of you back to you. And unless you have already been introduced to yourself, it can be a very challenging, troubling, scary experience, because most of us are introduced to ourselves through our pain. So if you know yourself well, which you do because you're here in my channel, and I'm not just any reader, I'm a very different kind of a reader. So I just commend you on the work you have done that brings you into this specific reading. So thank you. That's awesome, Taurus. Good for you, Taurus. All right. Creator, please bless this reading. Please bring in the knowledge and the wisdom of the Most High for Taurus's person, and for the cross-watcher. Cross-watchers, you are welcome to this reading. You could be dealing with a Taurus. This energy in this reading could be all about you. Okay, am I taking these? Yes, okay. Ooh, they're both in reverse too. Okay, here we go. The first card out, Taurus, is the Four of Cups in reverse. And this could be your card. This could be your person's energy or your energy. The second card out is the Hermit in reverse. Ooh, someone is in resistance. Somebody, you are your person, but somebody is in resistance and someone isn't. Isn't that usually the way it goes? That's usually the way it goes too. The third card out, Taurus, is the Ten of Cups in reverse. Let's see. Okay, good. You can see that card. The Ten of Cups in reverse. This is the third card is the illuminated dynamics. The dynamics that you and your person are aware of in your relationship and in your own personal lives also, possibly, and maybe in a specific area. And the fourth card out is the Ace of Cups in reverse. And the fourth card is the shadow dynamics. The shadow dynamics are the dynamics between you and your person that you are not aware of. Okay, make sure you can see that card. Okay. All right, and this is with the Animals Divine deck by Lisa Hunt. Okay, and I'm going to be clarifying with the Rider-Waite deck, Taurus. All right, so the Four of Cups in reverse and the Hermit in reverse. So someone is ready to commit. Someone is ready to commit. They are very much aware of the situation with you. They want to choose happiness, and they are in a position and in a place of acceptance about their life. Ooh, and I'm hearing about the hand that they've been dealt. The hand they've been dealt in their life. And tortoises, this card is represented by a tortoise who's gone down to the water to go and drink. You can see his reflection in the water here. Tortoises are ancient knowledge. Tortoise is interesting too, because tortoise can be the animal that is, or the creature that is like burdened, because he carries his house on his back at all times. He's never, ever, ever relieved from the burden of carrying his house. And it's kind of like this is symbolic for all of us carry the hand that we've been dealt. We all carry our birth chart. Our birth chart is Chronos. It's the contract that we're born into, and Chronos is the hell realm. And the birth chart, the hand we've been dealt, the hand you've been dealt, could be like the tortoise, very heavy, very burdensome. You're aware you can't escape it because it's always a part of you. It's always a part of your psyche. But you're in a position, someone, Taurus, is in a position of acceptance, and you are ready to commit, and you're facing your person. Now, if this is for the tortoise is facing this other person. Now, this could be your energy, or this could be your energy, Taurus, but somebody is in resistance. They're facing away from you, and they're refusing to look within. They're refusing to go within. Ooh, and what I'm hearing is they've never really gone within. So Taurus, whoever the tortoise is here for the Four of Cups has been introduced to themselves. This person's been introduced to themselves. This Hermit in reverse is what I'm feeling and picking up from this card. What the creator said earlier is that this person hasn't gone in. Ooh, do I need to say that, creator? Okay, there's a certain level of entitlement that the person has that is connected to this Hermit card. And when a person is under the illusion of entitlement, it's kind of like entitlement will blind a person from their personal responsibility to themselves and to their collective. Because they're entitled. They don't have to be empowered. They don't have to be educated. They don't have to reach for the light because they're entitled. Their culture, their social systems will always esteem them. But what happens when the external system changes and they no longer get that esteem? It's going to be one hell of a ride. That's what I'm saying. And I think it's interesting that's coming into the reading, because that's what I'm feeling is the seasons are changing of the cultures, the consciousness, what used to work culturally, consciously, collectively, inter relationships, what used to work, what was kind of unconscious and just taken for granted and accepted as the way things are, that no longer works. That's all changed. And we've seen these pillars of power all over the planet topple, from Harvey Weinstein to cult leaders to uh, corporate leaders to all kinds of powers. And look at the church. Look at the church lifting the pontifical law. Look at the church and the powers that used to be accepted within the church, and the kinds of behavior going on in the church that was protected by the church is no longer protected by the church. So a lot of powers that were accepted, that were firmly on the planet on all 4 feet, this white buffalo, I see these systems as a white buffalo, and they have collapsed. And they are still in the process of still collapsing. That collapse is not finished. It is still toppling, and we will see it topple. So this is what I see happening with this person's card. Whoever this person is attached to, whether it's you or your person, Taurus, is heavy energy with this card, because this person is in the midst of their entitlement. Their beliefs systems are collapsing. It's like, okay, the creator's bringing this in too. Eckhart Tolle spoke about this, and I'm not sure if you know of Eckhart Tolle. Please look him up. He's an incredible teacher about consciousness. A very, very gentle man, just a beautiful, tender soul. And he spoke about the Great Wall in Germany, and he's from Germany. And he said the Great Wall in Germany, it was erected for like 70 years or something like that. Like, it was a long time. It was a long time that it was erected, and then it came down. And when it came down, he said that wall being up was part of millions and millions of people's consciousness. It was what upheld their beliefs about themselves, about their collective, about the power structure between the East and the West of Germany. And all of a sudden, it all collapsed. It came down. It was taken down. And a lot of people went into psychotherapy because their world as they knew it, the structure, the power structure that held them in place, was no more. And this is what I see happening here. The power structure that held this person in place is no more. And they are reeling unbalanced. They're trying to get their balance. Oh gosh. Do I gotta say that too, Creator? Oh, this is gonna be a heavy reading. Their legs are not strong enough to carry them. See, our legs are our roots. Our legs also carry our trauma. They carry us in our trauma. And when a person hasn't been introduced to themselves because the culture prevented them from that, because they didn't have to, I'm a person born into money. They don't have to struggle. They can't relate to people who do struggle. They can't relate to people that work 9 to 5. They can't relate to people that have to beg for their food. They have no place in themselves that understands that. And it's the same thing here. This person doesn't have the legs. They didn't develop the muscles in their legs, the strength in their legs to carry them. Oh my gosh, this is really, that's heavy. That's scary. To me, that's terrifying. Oh, okay, but you have Taurus. Oh my gosh. I just keep associating this with you, Taurus. So that's what I feel, that this is your energy, Taurus. Maybe for some Tauruses it isn't, but for the majority, I'm feeling this is. I feel that the 4 of Cups in reverse is yours. Okay, now the 10 of Cups in reverse, the shadow dynamics. Ooh, this person is intimidated of you. Very intimidated of you. This person cannot come close to you. They're afraid of you. They're afraid of, because you see and they know you see. and they know you see them when they can't even see themselves. They're not clear. They're foggy. Their consciousness, I'm getting, is foggy. It's their inner light is not as bright as yours. It's not necessarily dim, but compared to yours, it is. If you were going to compare lights here, their light is totally dim compared to you. But standing on their own, they carry their own light, but they're outshined by you. Ooh, and I just heard they hate that. They hate that. Ooh, holy smoke. This is interesting reading. You know, oh, do I need to go? It's a long teaching. Yeah, no, I don't think I'm going to go into that. Okay. We could be here for like an hour and a half. I'm like, no, wait a second here. Okay, I'm going to clarify here. Oops. But first I want to go into the shadow dynamics. So the 10 of Cups being in the illuminated dynamics, I think that both of you know that the joy between you is no more, because something has happened. I'm getting this person has a very guilty conscience. This person has betrayed you, or someone betrayed somebody. This person betrayed the other person. And this is why they refuse to look at themselves. They refuse to go within, and they have their back turned to you. In fact, I'm hearing that they're blaming you for their actions. They justify, ooh, okay, for some of you Taurians, you're female. Maybe you're not, who knows? But what I heard was they're a bitch. I just heard they're a bitch. Interesting. You know, when we make our actions about somebody else, that is the most juvenile thing we can possibly do, because we don't know ourselves. So you make just imagine this. We make an action and deliver an action, but then we can't back it up. We can't justify it without blaming it on the other person. So we just gave our power away. Not only do we just humiliate ourselves by doing some kind of an action that probably hurt the other person, but then we blamed it on them. Like, what? Like, can you hear the ludicrousness of this? But to some people, this is a reality. It very much is. Some people don't know themselves at all. So, yeah, okay, Taurus, I'm saying this is your energy, because you wouldn't be in my reading, you wouldn't be showing up if this is you, okay? Okay, very interesting. So you both know that the joy in your relationship is no more. You're both aware that first two cards out. Just gonna continue shuffling. They both know that the dream, the relationship, the reality of this relationship has been shattered. Trust has been shattered. That's what I'm seeing. This person betrayed the other person. And not just, I just heard they couldn't show up when it mattered. They couldn't show up when it mattered. And now they're covering their tracks. They're deflecting off themselves onto other people. Ooh, and all of a sudden there's a light shining to the collective, just a light shining to the immediate collective around this person and their support group. And the support group is like, it is this person's fault. So this person is being supported in their dysfunction, in their victim consciousness about what they've done by their collective. And their collective is even supporting them and blaming this other person, blaming you, Taurus. How sad. That's so sad. It's so juvenile, and I'm getting that this that these are adults. I'm getting these are full grown adults, like 35 plus or 30 plus. Okay. So yeah, the trust has been shattered. This could also be a sibling. These could be siblings also too. This could be a friend, you could be siblings, this could be friendship, this could be workplace. This could be an ex, okay, like an ex-lover. But there is domestic disharmony. So domestic disharmony doesn't necessarily only mean in the physical home, but in the spiritual home, in the individual home within you, in your house. Domestic disharmony within the house of your birth chart. So a person's hasn't reached the capacity to see themselves. Oh, I'm just getting this person is so busy running from themselves that they create more destruction. They create more karma because they're just not I just heard they're an unmanned fire hose. Okay. You get that picture? An unmanned fire hose. I'm just having a quick drink of coffee. Okay. And in the shadow dynamics between you two, Taurus, is the Ace of Cups in reverse. So no new consciousness. There's not new consciousness pouring into the relationship. You know, you can't be in a relationship where only one person's doing the work, or only one person is showing up, where there's no transparency. That's also what I heard. There's no transparency. So you can't have a relationship with a person where there's no transparency, where one person's doing all the lying and the other person's doing all the truth telling. No, that's you. The relationship is going to is going to end up in the ditch. I guarantee it. Okay. I guarantee it. Okay. It's only a matter of time. It's not if, but when. Okay. So the Ace of Cups in reverse, you know, yes, it's like there's a blocked emotions, blocked creativity, blocked passion, blocked consciousness, because this person is refusing to see. But you're in a place of even with the disharmony, you're okay with it. You see what is. And I think that drives this person crazy. I think that drives this person crazy. Like, what the hell is their problem? You know, oh my gosh. I get the feeling that this person has been able to get under your skin in the past, has been able to affect you, but they can't affect you anymore, and they see it. They can see it. Maybe you have a platform. Maybe you're a tarot reader also too. Maybe you have a channel on YouTube, or you have your own platform, but this person watches you. This person watches you, and they can't stand that you are flourishing. Oh, Creator, holy smoke, okay, consciousness is just pouring into this reading. They can't stand it because they're in a position of competition. When a person is competitive, listen to me carefully, Taurus. When a person is competitive, it's because they don't know themselves. When you know yourselves, when you know who you are, it's like what Mark Manson said, who wrote the book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a frack. I'm not going to say the F word because I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Frack. It is the funniest book I've ever read, But he talks about how he lost everything, his house, his job, like basically everything, and how relieved he felt. Like, oh, finally, the whole freaking game is up. I don't have to carry all that weight and all that external crap anymore. He was relieved and he could start over. And someone asked him, why'd you lose the race? How'd you lose a race? And he said, I didn't lose the race. I left the track. And that's what I mean. When you know yourself, Taurus, you leave the track. The race collapses. The competition collapses. It's like that song, I can't remember who the singer or who the lyricist is, but it's a song that's spoken, it goes way back to like 1994 or 1997 or something. But he says, when you're competing, you're only competing with yourself. And that's exactly true. And when you know yourself, that competition collapses. And this person is still in it. They're still trying to compete with you. And that's why they're so pissed off. And they're watching you flourish and thrive. Even they've never come clean about betraying you. They've never come clean about their own actions. They've blamed you. They've blamed you. Their support system blames you. Whoops. Their support system blames you. Holy smoke. That's too bad, because they don't have anybody that tells them the truth. And I think that you do. And I think that's why they watch you. I think that's why they watch you. They see you as a powerhouse. This person sees you as a powerhouse. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I want to say these things, Creator. These are awful. Like, okay. This person has never creatively, really authentically created something of their own. And that's why they compete with everybody else. They either copy other people because they don't have their own originality because they don't trust it. Oh my gosh, because they don't trust it. Oh, this person is very small. And that's why they tried to keep you small, Taurus. Okay, let's clarify. Let's get into some clarification, because the knowledge could just keep pouring in. This knowledge just keeps coming in. Okay, that's the third. Any more, Creator? Any more for the clarification of the first card? The clarification, Taurus, has been jumping out, so I'm just putting them on the table as they come out. Any more, Creator? Any more, Creator? Any more jumpers? Just 3? No more? I think that's it. Nope, that's it. Okay. So the first 3 cards out for your cards, Taurus, is the Page of Wands. So Taurus, you are going into freedom. You're going into higher dimensions. Look at the pyramids. Pardon me, I'm getting little shamanic burps now. The pyramids to me always represent higher consciousness within ourselves. I say this because Shunyamurti, the teacher from Sat Yoga Institute, he speaks about the Copper Age, and what is believed within the masters is that the Copper Age, when the Copper Age was here on the planet, the pyramids, the sages all over the planet would go into the pyramids that are found all over the planet. And the sages at that time of of the world would go deep into the heart of the pyramid, and they deep inside, and they would meditate and actually charge the pyramid. And I believe there was possibly copper on the outside of the pyramid, and they're charging the pyramids, all of them, all over the world would go into the pyramids all over the world at the same time, and they would meditate and charge the pyramids and feed, because the pyramids were on the meridians of the earth, and they would feed the meridians of the earth through the pyramids. Well, this is what I see you've been doing in your own life, Taurus, is feeding the energy systems of your life, strengthening your Merkaba. That's what I just heard, strengthening your Merkaba. And as you strengthen your Merkaba, you can hold the capacity in the space of exploration, of freedom, of liberty. You know, liberty requires a certain strength of expansion. If you're used to being constricted and contracted and what's the word, like tightly contained, how do you expand and achieve liberty within you when you've been trained and conditioned to be constricted? You know, that's kind of what I'm feeling over here, is constriction. Okay, so you're going into higher lands and higher dimensions. You're also a big picture seer. You are very compassionate, you're very controlled, and you're very, very balanced. I mean, look at the ships flowing on top of the water. They're kind of flowing there and, you know, getting tossed on the choppy waters, but you are stable. You are on solid foundation on the turbulent seas of your own unconscious. And not only that, look at the beautiful 8 here, the beautiful 8. So you are achieving a level of balance of opposites, a balance of opposites, light and dark, good and evil, right and wrong, duality, physical and spiritual. You know, see, the ships behind him are getting tossed. They're all getting tossed around to and fro. And you are attaining a balance. And look at how tall your hat is, this person's hat. So I see this hat stretching up into the sky realm. Sky realm is always indicative of the upper realms, the upper worlds. Think about Star Wars and Luke Skywalker. You know, Luke Skywalker being a warrior of the light. You know, so you maintaining and achieving balance, holding the tension of two opposites, two different planes of consciousness, attaining the balance, you know, which means you have to keep moving. You're kind of like in a dance, and the dance allows you to maintain balance, because, you know, it's so true, Taurus, we're in a time of rapidly shifting consciousness, rapidly changing consciousness, and that requires, you know, it's like what Ram Dass taught in some of his lectures. There's nowhere to stand. There's no solid ground to stand on. Even though you're on solid ground, you're also moving. You're also moving. The solid ground is in you. It's not under you, it's in you. You are unmovable because you know who you are. You're able to shift and flow and dance and move with the energies as they come in. You're able to be flexible and respond to the energies as they come in. Your person, not so much. Not so much. So good for you, Taurus. You've done the work. You have done your work. You have done your work. Okay, Creator, can we have some clarification for the Hermit in reverse? Why is the Hermit in reverse representing Taurus's person? Oh, the resistance in this card, in the cards are just like, nope, I am not saying anything. Well, as I say, let go or be dragged. So I'm going to pick the cards. All right. And that's what the Buddha said. Let go or be dragged. Okay. That's what I kind of get with this person. Is they're kind of like, no, I'm refusing to open my eyes and see. And the universe is like dragging this person along, you know, because we're all moving forward whether we want to or not. Okay. That's a fact. All right, I'm going to give 3 cards also. So the first card, what did I say? Look who shows up to the party. Look at this. Who's on top of the wheel? The devil. Yeah, it's the devil's running the show here. So here we are. All 4 fixed signs. This is interesting because I was going to say, Taurus, I feel like you're dealing with an Aquarius. Even though the Hermit is Virgo energy, I'm picking up Aquarius energy huge with this. And look who shows up, the 4 fixed signs. Let's turn it right. Taurus, there you are, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So here you are, Taurus. And I feel like you were dealing with an Aquarius, even though this is Virgo energy. And maybe it's the Virgo house in their chart that is directly corresponds to you. This very much could be that their Virgo in whatever house is in corresponds to you. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, this is going up. What's been challenged in their relationship to you, Taurus, is a fixed energy within them. And they are refusing to see themselves. They are refusing to take any responsibility, be accountable, be responsible, show up. Ooh, because they're afraid of a loss of power. They're afraid of a loss of power that they will not recover from at this stage of their life. Ooh, ooh. Okay, am I going to say, okay, Alan Watts just comes into my mind, and he talks about the value of self-doubt. And I'm getting that this person doesn't have self-doubt. They have a certain amount of certainty that they have the right to be right. And that's why they're refusing to go within. Whatever problem happened between the two of you is your fault. It's not them. You're the one that has the problem, but they're the one that's they're the one that's refusing to look at themselves, you know. So this thing by Alan Watts is basically the gift of self-doubt. The gift of self-doubt allows you to question your own motives and question your own actions as you move toward a thing. Like, you know, like, am I doing the right thing? Am I going in the right direction? Is this right? Is this true? Does this feel true and clear and clean to me in this moment? And you'll ask yourself that various times on your way toward a destination. A person that is in certainty, that doesn't practice self-doubt, will be going in the wrong direction with the level of certainty. Can you hear that? So that's, yes. So this person doesn't have the capacity to question themselves. Am I doing the right thing? Am I going in the right direction? Does this feel clean, clear, and true to me? You know? Okay. We have the next two cards, please, Creator. So the fixed energy, whatever happened here was an opportunity for them to move through a fixed energy in their life, and they're refusing to, they're robbing themselves of their own access to liberation. Because they're under a collective illusion. They're under a cultural illusion that tells them they're already liberated. Oh, okay. This card came, here we are. The Nine of Swords, that just came flying out. So yeah, they are kept up at night. They are kept up at night with a lot of anxiety, a lot of hopelessness. They either feel trauma, or they know they've caused you trauma, or the knowing that they've caused you trauma causes them trauma. They're so afraid of being exposed, of exposure, and that's why they can't be vulnerable. You know, it's true. That's what Brene Brown talks about, is why people are so afraid of being vulnerable, is they're afraid of emotional exposure. And it's like I talked about in one of the readings yesterday, it was either the collective or Aries reading yesterday, but about how a person won't show their vulnerability because showing a vulnerability is like a showing of the neck. And because we live in a predator-prey world, you know, when you show your neck, often a person will, if they don't know themselves, they'll go right for your jugular. And so absolutely, they're terrified of emotional exposure because you could go for their jugular, and they know it. They know it. You know, okay, the Creator wants this known too. This is a quote from Monty Roberts' book, Horse Sense for People. And he said when he's doing the session of join up, where a wild stallion will be brought into the ring that's never been exposed to human beings, it's never had a saddle on it, it's never been ridden. And within 30 minutes, half an hour, that horse will be saddled, and he will be upon it, and that horse will have an allegiance to him, a friendship and a bond with him that he establishes using the horse's own language, using the language of the equine, which is what he learned. And so in the process of this, he said he will touch a horse's flanks, the vulnerable areas of the horse. He'll touch the horse's flanks and then back off. And he does this to let the horse know that he knows where the vulnerabilities are of the horse. He sees them. I will touch them, but I will back off. And the reason why he does this is to give the horse a measure of trust and safety. He says, because instinctually the horse knows, and every animal knows, including us, that a predator will never relinquish the vulnerable areas of its prey once it has access to them. And I'm getting that this person had access to your vulnerable areas, and this person did not. This person held on. They betrayed you, they held on, and they're not letting go. At first, they didn't let go because they knew it hurt you. Now they see you've overturned that, you have healed that, you've moved through that without their help. You transcended this without their help. You achieved a level of healing without their help. And now they're hanging on because for their own protection, for their own safety. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, but it's almost like, see, that's the thing, is you don't feel them holding you. You don't feel them. You know they don't have power over you, but they can't relinquish a grip, and I don't even think they know what they're gripped onto anymore. I think they believed it was you, and it was the vulnerable areas of you that they refused to let go of, because they're kind of a predator, obviously, if they are behaving the way that they are. But the grip they have is no longer on you, and I don't think they're aware of that. And even if they are aware of it, oh gosh, this person is not in a good place. It makes me feel kind of icky, actually. It makes me feel very, very icky. God, you know, a wise friend of mine once said to me, and it's so true, that if we were to put all of our problems, if every human being was to put all of our problems, dump them all into a big pile, and then pick a problem, pick it like anyone else's problem, chances are we're going to want our problems back. Because someone else's world is awful, and that's exactly what I feel. Wherever this person is, oh, it's awful. Like I wouldn't want to live in their world. I'm sorry, I just wouldn't. But at the same time, okay, now enters grace. At the same time, the tomb is the womb. The tomb is the womb. I'll say it again. The tomb is the womb. So if they're in a kind of a tomb, they have the opportunity to birth out, to be reborn through this experience if they choose. The tomb is the womb. All paths lead home, including the tomb. Okay? Last card, please, Creator. Last card. Oh, this is an intense reading. Whew. Oh, there it is. The Queen of Swords. And that came upright, and this is their energy. So they are defensive, incredibly defensive. It's the only card they can play, especially relative to you. I'm getting this person sees you as a powerhouse, but interesting, the Queen of Swords isn't facing you. The Queen of Swords has her back to you. So the only way this person can go up against you is to tell you off aggressively, but they can't come to you apologetic and vulnerable. Interesting. You know, I brought this up in like another reading too, and this fits this scenario perfectly. M. Scott Peck states this in his book, People of the Lie, and he's the author of The Road Less Traveled. So The People of the Lie is a powerful book. It is a book about human evil. And he's not talking like Stalin and Hitler and like big forms of evil. He's talking about evil in me and you and all of us, in all of us, our capacity to do damage in someone else's life. Whoops. In someone else's life. He states in this book, when somebody sacrifices a relationship with somebody else, somebody that has done damage to the other person, and then this person sacrifices a relationship, cuts you off and sacrifices a relationship. They do this out of an extreme form of self-protection. They're not trying to hurt you, they're trying to protect themselves. And this is what I see with the Queen of Swords. This person will cut you to shreds in trying to protect themselves because they know what they've done was wrong, but they don't know how to be wrong. They only know how to be right because of their sense of entitlement. Oh, that is, oh. Okay, can we have some clarification for the illuminated dynamics, please, Creator? The illuminated dynamics. Why is the Ten of Cups in reverse? representing the illuminated dynamics between Taurus and Taurus's person. Okay. Resistance, resistance, resistance. Here we go. 3 cards again. Ooh, the 6 of Pentacles. So there is no generosity. There's no charity coming in. There is no, you're not giving to this person anymore, and they're not giving to you anymore. It's just been, the flow between you has stopped. Yes, because, okay, the flow between you has stopped. Oh gosh, this has to do with power. There's a certain level of power. This person kind of feels like they have power over you, or there's some sort of that's what it is. Okay, thank you, Creator. It's an unresolved imbalance of power between you. And this is, pardon me, this has gone on for so long. There's a spirit of confusion also over the relationship. You see clear, but this person does not see clear. I feel like the spirit of confusion is generated by them, and it's not to harm them, but it's to protect them. I'm so confused. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what to do. I'm like, oh, like that. That's what I feel. They're in like a victim, childlike victim, confused, helpless and confused. Therefore, they don't have anything to offer. They have nothing to offer because they can't tell you the truth. Okay, the next card out, ooh, is the 2 of Swords in reverse. Ooh, interesting. So there's a lot of, yeah, that's what I just said, a spirit of confusion. A spirit of confusion over the relationship. You see clearly, but I think you can see this person cannot. They have deluded themselves. It's almost like they've bespelled themselves in order to protect themselves from their own actions of what they've done to you. And they see what they've done and they can't. They don't want to look at it. They don't want to see it. They don't want to see themselves in that kind of a light. Very delusional. And the 3rd card again is the 10 of Cups in reverse. Oh gosh, the 10 of Cups on the 10 of Cups. This person is not somebody. The illuminated dynamics are not harmonious. Oh. Yeah, just very shattered dreams. It's like, oh, really? Okay, thank you. I get some information for your side too here, Taurus. Okay. Ooh, okay, Creator, give me the clear language to unpack this clearly for Taurus. Okay, this person was so unconscious, Taurus, that the Creator, the gods, because they were so unconscious, the gods used this person in your life. The gods used this person to shatter what was no longer true in your life. This person was not aware that they were being used. they're not aware of the archetypal forces that they channel through themselves. In fact, they deflect it onto everybody else. So bring that back, Creator. Please bring that back. Okay, thank you. Okay, this person, the Creator and the gods used this person to shatter because they were not conscious. They're unconscious. They weren't really home. They've got riders in their field. Oh, they've got riders in their field. And what that means when a person has riders in their field. Okay, let me finish this first. So quickly, when a person has riders in their field, it's because they've disassociated from themselves because of a trauma they've never ever faced. And because they've disassociated from themselves, they created a vacuum in themselves. And nature abhors a vacuum. So when you're not home, something else will come into your field to make you whole, even if you're fragmented. Okay, so this person's not going to be in control of themselves, and they weren't. And this is why the gods used this person to shatter what was not true in your life. And I'm getting they used somebody in your life to help them betray you. And when all the dust cleared, when all the dust settled and the betrayal was over, and time had passed since the betrayal, and the dust began to clear, and you could see clearly again, you saw your relationship with this person was shattered at your feet in a million pieces. And the person that they used in your life to help them betray you stayed true to you. This person, whoever it was, stayed true to you. They showed up, they apologized. They weren't aware of this person's motives. So this person is very cunning, very clever, very cunning. Ooh, very, very dangerous. This person is very, very dangerous because they're not in charge of their life. They've got riders in their field. Ooh, I don't want to say that word, Creator. I am not going to speak that word. I'm sorry. Okay. The Creator is like, you have to. This is your break. This is not about you, Joanne. This is about your listeners. Okay, as I just said, people of the lie, they talk about human evil. This person is not aware of their level of evil. And that's the word that came in, was evil. And I'm like, ooh, I don't want to say that. But then again, this isn't about me. I'm bringing these channels in for you guys. So the Creator's like, don't hold back. Give them the full information, the full scope. Don't hold back. And sometimes I want it to be, clean, but sometimes it can't be. You got to give the reading as it is. You got to bring the information as it comes in. Whew. Okay. Ooh. But there we are. Oh gosh. Okay, this card just landed out. This is in the shadow dynamics. The sun in reverse. This is in the shadow dynamics. So as I said, this person is not conscious. And the sun is not shining on this, the sun is not shining on the shadow dynamics. The shadow dynamics are not being illuminated. I think this person's eyes are squeezed tightly so much. And you're just doing your own thing, Taurus. You're just doing your own thing. You're happy, dancing, you've got balance, you're flourishing, you are healed, you're recovered. I'm surprised the Four of Swords isn't here, just totally, you're doing excellent. But this person, not so much. Okay, thank you, Creator. This card often symbolizes transparency, illumination, clarity, clearness. Oh, some shamanic burps here. Whew. The red flag is the covenant of Christ, and when it's on its head, there's no truth between you. There is no covenant between you. Where you thought there was not. And the Creator is making this known. This person lied to you and deceived you and was not being honest. They were not honest about their intentions towards you. Their intention was to take from you. Their intention was to exploit you, but they're not even clear about their intentions. See, as I said, an unmanned fire hose. They're an unmanned fire hose. That image keeps coming back. But yet, what I was going to say, when this card flew out of the deck, I keep seeing, it's like the Creator and the light from the reading shines, and I see how do I say this? The outline and almost like the surrounding feet of their support group, of the people around them that are supporting them in their BS. This is like high school. Are you kidding me? And you guys are adults, and these people are behaving like they're in high school, and their friends are supporting it. Oh God! And you know what I'm getting to is their support group. They don't even like each other. Oh my gosh! They are bound by hate. They are bound by hate. And they're, what I'm hearing also, the word just came in, they're the popular crowd. Oh, they put on a nice facade for everybody else to see. Oh my gosh, Taurus. They fool the collective. This person and their posse, and their immature, juvenile posse fools the collective, but they don't fool you, and they know it. They know it. And that's why it took so many of them supporting this person to try to take you down. But what they don't know, and what they're too stupid and too ignorant to see, because they're blinded by their own pride, is that the Creator used this person to shatter what wasn't true in your life and to elevate you. Oh my gosh. Oh, ouch. Ouch. They thought they were taking you down, and they had no idea the Creator was using them to lift you up, to empower you, to esteem you, to strengthen you. Oh my gosh. That's how it is, man. That is how it is. How do you think we get esteemed? How do you think we get strong and wise? It's through our greatest challenges, our greatest defeats, our greatest experiences of betrayal. You know what? Okay, the 3 archetypal wounds. This person helps the Creator bring into your life one of the 3 archetypal wounds that are required for you to understand and have a full knowing of you. And the 3 archetypal wounds are betrayal, abandonment, and shame. And we experience these 3 archetypal wounds from the people we trust, from the people in our immediate circle. And in a way, it's these wounds come in to help individualize us, because systems, they come out of the systems around us, and systems must fail us. Systems of power we are plugged into must fail us. Our sovereignty depends upon it. So when somebody in your family system, your friendship system, your workplace system, your social system that you count on, you trust, you have faith in, when it betrays you, that system fails you, and you're forced, that system of power that esteemed you failed you, and you are forced to find your own power within you. This is a gift. It doesn't feel like a gift. It feels awful when it happens. I know, I've been there myself. It is awful. But it is also the greatest gift, because I wouldn't be who I am had I not experienced the things that I experienced. So, okay, so how do you heal betrayal? By developing trust. Trust for who? Not for the system. Trust for you. Trust in yourself. Because you're the one that has to get yourself out of this. You can't trust on the social system anymore. You have to trust in you. And that's exactly what you've done. How do you heal abandonment? You commit. Commit to who? Commit to the group that betrayed you and abandoned you? No. You commit to you. You restore what was lost. You restore what was broken through your relationship to yourself and your relationship to whatever your spiritual support system is. If you have one. Maybe not. Maybe your spiritual support system is going out in nature. Okay, and how do you heal shame? Through honor. And who do you honor? The group who abandoned and betrayed and shamed you? No. Through honoring yourself. Honoring yourself. So this is the individuation process, and this is where you are. Oh, happiness and success are the worst punishment to somebody who meant to do you harm. Okay, can we have the next two cards out for the shadow dynamics, please? I'm going to pull them. And to close this reading off, I'm going to pull a Native American oracle card. Okay, the next card out is the Five of Pentacles in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles upright. Interesting. So through interesting. There is so much abundance within the shadow. There is so much abundance in the shadow. So much abundance. There's resources here. There's resources here, and I'm getting that you unpack these. You may not be conscious of it. It may be an unconscious process because this is in the shadow dynamics. Oh, yes. Okay. The reason why is because there is more nutrients in an insult than there is in a compliment. There is more nutrients in... Yeah, there's, like I just explained about the three archetypal wounds. There was more nutrients in the three archetypal wounds than in a committed relationship that's kind of empty. When you have shame and betrayal and abandonment and these things that you have to overcome, you have to generate. You have to dive in to find the resources to overcome these. And that's what I mean. You're very much connected to the unconscious, Taurus. And the Knight of Pentacles. And I'm feeling this is for you. Of you energy, you harvesting and managing and navigating through your energy responsibly, efficiently, and working hard, just doing your own thing, And for this person, they never intended to tell the truth. They're not ready to unpack the resources that lay waiting for them. And I feel they want to be responsible. They want to be efficient. Maybe they think that they are, and they very well could be. This person obviously isn't a complete failure, but they have some. They do okay. It's just like what the sacred texts say about the three levels of seeing: 30, 60, 90. Or sorry, 30, 60, 100 fold. They do have some sight, even if it's only 30%, that's still some sight, that's still some clarity, that's still some. They're not completely fogged out. Okay. Creator, can we please have a Native American oracle card to finish the reading, to close off the reading? Taurus, this is a card of instruction. Now that we have taken, there it is, now that we have taken the secrets out of the cards, Creator, what do you want Taurus to do with this information? Is this hawk? Oh my gosh, the number 5. Hawk. And 5 is the number of change. I'll put this right in the middle. It's the number of change. It's also the number of chaos. The number 5 is associated often with the wheel in the shaman's dream, but it's also associated with the Hierophant in the major arcana of the Rider White. Okay, I think this is hawk. Let's see, a falcon. And the message of this card, Taurus, is success. Falcon, number 5. Falcon is known for the ability to see clearly on several levels. Oh, what did I say? Here you are, Taurus. First, Falcon flies high and gains a big picture view of the world. Also, some myths speak of 2 falcons, one that sees at night and one that sees in the daylight. So Falcon can also see both sides of any situation. These qualities are necessary to gain These qualities are necessary to any great strategist. In addition to clarity of vision, Falcon is, like most winged creatures, a message of the gods, spirits, and ancestors. Disciplined and intelligence. Encourages a diplomatic approach and bold actions when facing dilemmas. Symbolically, fire echoes the idea of communication with the gods. And see the fire behind the falcon. Ooh. Holy smoke, this has been a powerful reading, Taurus. Whoever you are connected to the gods. And like I said, the gods used this person to liberate you. The message of this card is rise above the petty concerns and focus on what is important. So rise above petty concerns and focus on what is important. The key words of this card: success, professional achievements, initiative, clear vision, understanding, intuitive insight, and diplomacy. The time this card speaks of is April, the month of reawakening. Beautiful energy. Oh my gosh, Taurus, this is beautiful, beautiful. What a powerful reading. What an intense reading this was. Holy smoke. Okay. I'm going to leave this here, Taurus. I'm not going to do an extended. I don't feel that it is necessary. I feel like this is enough. Thank you so much for tuning into this reading. I do hope that this reading was helpful. I hope it helps you. I hope it is useful and helpful to you. If you like my style of reading, please like and subscribe. When you like the channel, it helps the algorithm and it helps other people find me. And when you subscribe, you get access to all my content. All my content is 100% free, and except for a few of the extended readings on some of the videos. All right, Taurus, and I will never come to you offering you a reading to take your money. I do not offer personal readings at all. So if anybody approaches you posing as me, asking for your money in exchange for a personal reading, know that they are a liar and they are a scammer, and it isn't me. So use your best discretion and your best judgment and don't get scammed. Alrighty, my dear Taurians, my beautiful bulls, you have a beautiful day and know that you are on the right path. I hope it puts a little hop, skip, and jump in your step. All right, you guys, you have a beautiful day, and thank you so much for trusting me with this energy. Thank you, Creator, for trusting me with this energy and this message to bring to Taurus. All right, you take care, Taurus. Love you all. Bye.